Hello everyone, welcome back to another One vs Chris video. We are back for the Kizuna Clash versus Sanji and Pudding with fully free-to-play, 100% free-to-play, including supports. These are the teams here. We are using some very solid characters with their level them up breaks, and these teams are going to reach past level 30. They have been built to survive those gimmicks as well. Now, we are using the new Stellar unit. No, got his name, but the new Kizuna legend, I'm using him as a friend captain for all these teams for better points. He works and synergizes really well with the Vegapunk from the Pirate King Adventures. Now, if you don't have your Vegapunk maxed, he's only 5-star form, it should still work perfectly fine. They both are going to work really well together. Using their specials is actually going to make the other character's special charge up again, so we can use them both multiple times in a quest, and it just is going to help us with damage and gimmicks immensely. So for this first team here, we are going to be using Blackbeard. Blackbeard and this Luffy I'm using here as the captain on the second team are probably the most, the greatest free-to-play captains in the game. Blackbeard, because he is going to allow us to bypass defensive effects. For a free-to-play captain, that is immense, especially since he is going to be a solid 4.5x, still not the best. He does get his special charged very fast with his captain ability, but just having that ability as a free-to-play captain is immense. And then we have Luffy here, who's probably the most or the strongest captain overall as a free-to-play unit, because I mean 2 turns of cooldown. He's a rainbow 5x attack boosting captain, and he also reduces attack down and paralysis by 2, which is gonna be used on that team. The last team we are using our Sabo, who's a bit of an interesting unit because he works with chain as well as a decent attack boosting captain. So let's go straight into the first one. We are using Blackbeard, and besides his ability to bypass defensive effects, another feature of him we are using is his ability to inflict the enemy with increased damage taken through full immunity. Now I need to refresh my game. One thing I did forget to mention, but it is quite hard to find the friend captains this time around. Not many people are pulling. Saving for New Year's is the smart idea. So I know a lot of people won't find these teams practical because they are basically no friend captains. So yeah, his name is Shaka, and I only have 2 friend captains, well actually technically 1 that is available. So I have a lot of people on my friends list who have a lot of, or do a lot of pulls. So if someone who is truly free to play, they're probably not going to have this many friend captains of Shaka. So I will come out with another video where it's a modified versions of these teams that just use fully free-to-play no Shaka, because I know he is a very rare friend captain. Yeah, we are using that support of Hyogoro, very important for defense reduction. Okay, now stage 1, we are actually going to have to stall because of the cooldowns not being given to our Dex units. So we actually want to take a hit from the one of these turtles, because that is going to charge our Blackbeard special. He does have an effect in his captain ability that states when he takes damage, you will get 2 cooldown. Now we don't have to worry about Odin as much because he's only going to be needed on the final stage. We are actually getting our super type of the Shaka unit procced with having a Vegapunk on our team. Stage 2, there is going to be background mobs. You're going to see this as a trend in a lot of the bosses. We have Threshold and Rewind. At this point, you can just use you can use Vegapunk and then give a chain boost. Make sure it's a chain boost, and then your Blackbeard. Blackbeard will kill the background mobs. Now I will explain a bit here. We do actually get a increased damage taken through full immunity for the final stage, but we do need to hit 3 perfects on this stage. We also have probably the most unique chain buff in the game from Blackbeard here. He carries over a portion of the chain from this stage, which is why I said you should probably get the chain boost from your Vegapunk. It means that you can carry over a bit more chain, and then you can also use the special of your Shanks. Well, no, don't do that. Now what you're supposed to do there is just kill, because you can actually hit through the threshold. Since we did use Blackbeard on that stage, we can bypass defensive effects for a turn, including the threshold. So yeah, you are supposed to use Shanks on the final stage instead. Okay, so make sure to hit your perfects. You need to hit at least 3. Most of the units on this team are not boosted by your Shaka friend captain, since he is a mono cerebral, which is quite unique Not the best, especially considering his cooldown is only given to cerebral units as well. But it's fine. Final stage, we have a defense up, which is not ignored by Blacklist Captain, which is also why I'm not using him on the final stage instead. At this point, you can use your Shanks. He's going to give us a chain boundary. He's going to charge our Odin special. If not, and you don't have a -2 cooldown ship, then just use Odin last. He will get his cooldown eventually, don't worry. We can use our thingy-mabob. That's going to get around most of the defense up, as well as give us 1 turn of barrier reduction. Odin gets rid of the last 3 turns of the barrier. And then we have Hyogoro activating and getting rid of the last bit of defense up. Finally, use Shaka, his super type and his special. And then use your Vegapunk to either give an attack or orb boost. You can use your Shaka again to give us a chain growth rate. And with that, you can start off the chain. We can see we start off at 5x. Our growth is immense. We grow about 1x of chain every single perfect. So definitely chain is carrying our team for this damage. Carrying our damage for this team. But yeah, the damage is definitely going to last you for quite a while. And as I said, the gimmicks will last for level 30 plus. Now on this team, you do require Orobi as well as Luffy to be at level limit break max. While for Luffy, level limit break 3 is enough. His special is not required, but I would recommend having level limit break 5. It does guarantee us orbs on the second stage. And Orobi is going to give us the 4 tons of paralysis. It's only 3 if you don't have her at level limit break 5, so you do need that. Otherwise, you could put on a support to reduce paralysis. You could also just put a support of Mr. 1 on Orobi. That could also work if you do have them. But this is really free to play, so I can't really use that. Besides that, Shanks and Vegapunk are great. I'm pretty sure Shanks needs to be at 5 plus. Okay, so this is probably the easiest team to use. There's no stall, and the damage is really good. So Luffy, as I said, is really good. I mean, I'm probably actually going to make a showcase of this guy. I mean, his captain ability is impeccable for a free-to-play character. 2 cooldown, he's super great for speed farming. He boosts every unit in the game. Just remarkable. I don't think he has an HP boost, which is his only qualm. Or the only qualm I have with him. Here we are going to be using Orobi. And then we use Uta 1 time. We do need her double special activation maxed. That's going to give the enemy defense down to 0. Then we can use Luffy's special to guarantee us orbs and give us an orb boost. So yeah, stage 2 is an easy kill with this team. You can kill the background mobs, and then Oven is going to die very easily to our Shaka unit. Okay, final stage against Sanji and Pudding. They are going to be decks, so our Shaka and our Vegapunk are going to be our biggest damage dealers. Full border block orbs, enemy threshold. We have the weak orb debuff, which is going to be negated by our Shaka, who give us a full board of Psy orbs. Now, one thing I did mention, once again I did make a mistake. You're going to first need to use your Shanks special. That is going to proc the interrupt, and then you use Shaka's super type. Yeah, so if you do use Shanks after the super type, then you will have a full board of bad orbs, which you do not want. Use your Shaka after your Shanks. That'll give you your matching orbs. You can use Vegapunk. Use Vegapunk first. You can get the most buffs by doing that. Use him to give an orb boost. Shaka, then your Vegapunk is going to get charged again. So if you don't do it in that order, then you won't get an attack boost. And then you can use your Shaka again. So as I said at the start of the video, this is a really strong combo. And then you use Uta to proc that orb or the defense down with a conditional attack boost and give you a chain buff. Now we have ridiculous chain on our first tap, 6.1x, and a growth of about 0.9x chain every single perfect. This team will definitely last for your entire Kizuna. All these teams should be lasting your entire Kizuna. So if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of the newer characters, then these free-to-play teams are going to be great for you. Okay, now the last team here, we are using a lot of paralysis reducers, mainly in Nami and Vegapunk. They work together to get around all 7 turns of it. You only get all 7 turns after level 30. Before then, you only really need Vegapunk. Then we have Uta again. She's a great unit. giving us a lot of buffs over multiple stages. Then we have Kobe, who's just there for an attack boost, the only like dex cerebral attack boost I could find. Of course, we want type advantage, and our captains are only boosting cerebral units. Sabo is great for giving us a conditional boost and a full board of matching orbs on stage 2. And then we have our chain reaching insane amounts with the captain ability of Sabo, paired with the all the chain buffs that Shaka gives, as well as the chain boost from our Uta. Okay, so once again, no stall. Vegapunk's special isn't ready, but don't worry about him. He will be ready by the final stage. Now, this stage here, we get block orbs. We get a chain coefficient reduction negated by Shaka's captain. We do have a very weak chain attack down, so we don't have to really worry about it too much. You do have to build up a bit of a chain though. So make sure that you are using a ship that is going to make it easier for you to hit perfects. So we get a conditional attack boost procced by Sabo himself. At this point, just hit your perfects and you will be able to kill right as soon as the chain attack down is going to leave. There is a bit of slack. You can only hit about 4 perfects and then you'll have that chain attack down broken. You could also use Uta, yeah, you could use Uta there for a chain boost if you want to make sure that it's a bit easier. Whatever floats your boat, it could work. But Shaka is going to give the enemy defense down either way. Uta procs it with a conditional, so yeah, you could use it on stage 2. There's no problem with that. At this point, we can use our Shaka. Vegapunk gives us a base attack boost. Being honest, Kobe can probably be replaced by Blackbeard and give us a enemy increased damage taken on the final stage. Because if you do use Vegapunk twice, you can actually get an attack and orb boost from him, or an attack boost and a base attack boost. Robin gives the orb boost and gets around the last bit of paralysis. Kobe gives the attack boost, so yeah, he's definitely useless on this team. We use our Uta. We use Shaka for an attack boost, chain boost, and then his super type for a full board of matching orbs. That point, very easy kill. Start off a chain of 4x, which is a bit less than the other teams, but it's still very strong. Now, as I said before, I recommend replacing Kobe with Blackbeard. That'll give you a lot more chain and also increased damage taken on the final stage. Use Vegapunk before your Shaka, and then you can use Vegapunk twice to give you an attack boost and base attack boost, and the team will be able to do a lot more damage. Even though I don't think it's required, this team is definitely going to be solid enough, especially with so many boosted characters that are going to be dealing a lot of damage, especially having the type advantage. That's enough yapping from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about these teams or you want to see more OPTC content in the future, do keep a lookout for my other free-to-play teams, which will not be using the Shaka as a friend captain, and maybe also some regular teams using some other characters. I might also come out with Marco teams for XP and for assist quests. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.